All right, Ryan, welcome to your first exclusive coaching video session. And really, this is an onboard or on-ramp uh, opportunity for you and I just to really get to know each other a little bit better. And then so that I can understand really what it is you need from the tribe and, what your goals are, how we're going to get there, what your limitations are, and ultimately, how we're going to help you live a higher quality of life. So why don't you start? Kind of
Sure.
tell me who you are, a little bit about your background, how old you are, a little bit about your family, and how you've gotten away from taking care of yourself the way you want to.
Sure. Born and bred Arizona guy, out here in Scottsdale area. Um, Basically work at a place called Local Motors where I'm director of supply chain. And what that means is I travel a bunch, work weird hours, talk to people in China and whatnot, and all over the place in Europe. So I had the opportunity to work out with you a few times, but at the Chandler Sick Fit, obviously, and that was one of the few programs that ever really worked for me. Past age 25 to 27, your body changes a little bit. And since then, I've never really been able to keep the shape or the form that I've been accustomed to as what I would consider not an adult, now an adult. So the interest was that, hey man, Sick Fit worked for me. I really liked the program and the movements we were doing. I've tried some CrossFit stuff since then, or some other types like Orange Theory a bit. And the culture of Orange Theory didn't really fit. I wasn't that into the whole jazzercise thing. And then CrossFit was a little too much in terms of the Olympic lifting. I'm 35. My body's, I don't want to say breaking down, but joints and whatnot weren't holding up. I hurt my back doing some deadlifts, trying to keep up, I suppose, with the others, and that kind of threw me off there. And so for about 8 months, really haven't had a repeatable system or a repeatable program going, and also fell off the nutrition. I had a lot of success with you guys on the I guess it was spring leaning over a year ago, where I went from 210 or 215 to 185, which for me was pretty awesome. I had never really had that success before with the nutrition and then the fitness program working in tandem. So that's really what I'm looking to get back to. I got a family. My wife is also from here. 2 kids, 5 and 3. So personal time is at an all-time low for privacy wise, and time to do what I want to do. It's all family, which is cool. But when you don't have a couple hours of your free time to go to the gym and whatnot, that was interesting. On the Fittest tribe deal is that you give me assignments or whatever it is. I took a look at the website, but I can hit those on my own in a minimum time. So, so the program that I know worked for me in the past, the nutrition I know worked for me in the past, the flexibility of what you got going on here with the on-demand type, training type deal. Plus, it was really cool to see what you guys were talking about in terms of empowering your life more than just a fitness program. It's also being a better person, which is pretty cool. It's what I try and surround myself with, good people that are thinking that same pathway or that same thought. So all encompassing, today I'm going to give it a shot. So that's kind of where I'm at. My fitness goals, I'd love to get back down to 185 and to feel good. I felt my body, my energy level, everything felt really good about this time last year as opposed to now. My flexibility is way down. I'm heavier, everything like that. So I'd like to get my body to feel that way. At work, obviously more energy means I can get more done and my thoughts are more organized. When I was working out at lunch, I think I was a better performer, work-wise. And with family also, it's, having energy and being able to focus there is great as well. So I'm ready to give it a shot.
All right, man.
See where we can go. So that's kind of the bulleted version.
Yeah, great. No, I love it, man. So appreciate you and really glad to have you joining our program. Exactly what you just described is probably the number one reason why, I created this thing was, taking the time to have to leave the house to go to the gym, the kids wanting to go with you or having to do a daycare or, if the vibe didn't fit with the coach or with the culture. I totally understand and get that. So yes, here's what we're going to do. We are going to empower you. Yes, fitness is a part of it. Nutrition is a part of it, but the bigger piece is lifestyle. The bigger piece is empowering you to be able to do all these things yourself, teach them to your wife, teach them to your kids, and then live this lifestyle for as long as you possibly can. Right. So let's start with the baseline. right? And the baseline test right now that you are a member, you're going to start to receive emails from me pretty much about every 3 to 5 days for the first couple weeks. And then it'll go to about once a week and then twice a month. Your first 3 months are super important. So the very first thing you're going to do on the physical side is your baseline test. And your baseline test comes into 2 separate pieces. Piece 1 is going to be a 3-minute clock. You're going to complete 5 air squats and 5 push-ups. And you're going to complete that as many times as you can within that 3-minute period. Obviously, you know how to do those 2 movements, but if you don't, we're going to talk a little bit about accessing the video coaching library to be able to see some of those tutorials and videos so that you can ensure that you're doing it the right way.
Okay.
You'll take a 1-minute rest. You can sit, you can stand, you can walk, you can grab some water, and then you're going to hold a plank on your forearms and your toes for as long as you can.
Okay.
So you'll have 2 separate scores. Your first one will be numeric. You're going to count 10 reps per round. Let's pretend you get 4 rounds. You're looking at somewhere around a score of 40. You're then going to count how long your plank takes, and it could be anywhere between 30 seconds and I've seen 7.5 minutes.
Okay.
I want you to videotape both of these for me so that I can see how you move.
Right.
Okay? And that's an important piece to this thing because you talked about getting injuries and doing things incorrectly. The first 3 months of this program are all bodyweight exercises that you can do and perform from the road, at home, the office, just about anywhere. And even as we start to develop this program over the course of the next year, we're still going to keep things simplified and not overcomplicate them. When it's time in your 3rd month, I'll have you pick up some basic equipment like a kettlebell and an ab mat and a jump rope. And as you start to progress, at some point you may say, hey, Luke, I'm ready to use the guest bedroom or the garage or a small area outside so I can do all this stuff from home. If you decide to join a basic gym down the road and implement these same training assignments, that's cool too. Or you meet with a buddy at the park, whatever it is, again, you're going to have that decision and you'll be able to make it on your own. You're not going to need more than about 2 to 3 days a week. Right? So the first 2 months is we want you to do it 3 times a week. It's somewhere in the 5 to 15 minute range, and you're just going to be consistent. Consistency is key in this whole thing.
Got it.
Okay? There's 3 different levels, just like I had created at SigFit, the life, fitness, and sport. You're going to start out in the very basic life category.
Okay.
The first 2 months, each week, it's the same workout 3 days a week. So week 1, you perform training assignment 1 on Monday, training assignment 2 on Wednesday, training assignment 3 on Friday. You do it in the life category. That means the movements and the time and the intensity is slightly different than the fitness and the sport. When you come back the second week, you want to match apples with apples. So you want to do it identically the way you did it in week 1. When we get to week 3, you have the decision then to either move up into the fitness category or add 2 minutes to the life category. Okay? You're going to have a dynamic warm up that you're going to do that's about 5 to 10 minutes long, and there's an entire video series for that. And then you're going to do some kind of cool down. These shouldn't take you more than 20 to 30 minutes tops these first few weeks. Less is more, simplified is much more. Okay? Now, that's fitness. Anything you do extracurricular, like playing with the kids or going for a walk or a hike or playing sports, that's great. You're going to print out that printable PDF of the training assignments, put it on the fridge or your office door so that you can take notes, check mark off your scores when you complete them in those time periods so you can see some progress and take any kind of additional notes as to what you may be doing. When we get into the deeper side of the lifestyle practices, we'll take notes on what you're eating, on how you're sleeping, how you're feeling.
Okay. So the PDF is somewhere buried in the website, is that right? Or
no.
Do you email that?
So now that you're a member, and I'll send you an additional link, but what you'll start to receive these emails, and then from the emails it'll say, okay, click here for this training assignment. Once you've completed your baseline, click here to access the video coaching library. There's a video coaching library, there's an exercise library, and then there's a nutrition library. And as this program starts to grow, and this video right here will actually go into the onboarding video so that people understand how to do it and where to go from here.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so second piece is the nutrition piece. And again, you said the spring leading challenge really helped you because it held you accountable and you had a time frame and you followed, the rules.
Sure.
And you gave yourself a score tracking. So in the beginning, I don't want to overcomplicate that again. What I want you to do is write down a day's worth of food.
Okay.
And to hold you even more accountable, I don't want you to just share it with me. I want you to share it with our private Facebook group. So there's two Facebook groups. There's a public Fittest Tribe Alive, and then there's our private closed group, which is just for current members. And this is really where the daily accountability will come into play.
Okay.
So, you'll put up a picture of your refrigerator or the pantry or all the crap you end up throwing away, or even yourself, and say,
right.
Hey guys, this is my first week. This is what I've been eating. And you're going to see all these people. You already saw a couple people today say, hey, welcome. Great to meet you. Look forward to it. This is where you'll get daily inspiration from.
Got it.
And the more active you are, just like anything in this world, the more active you are, the more accountable you'll be, and the greater result or return you'll get from it. So for basic, yeah, go ahead.
So like MyFitnessPal, I think I use that to track. I mean, I've been using that for a few weeks, but in the past I had been using that. I could just dump that in, or do you guys? I don't know how Facebook works in the private group. I guess I'll learn. How about that?
Yeah,
but I'm assuming as long as there's a list, you can populate it.
Yeah, so write down or type what it is you eat in the day from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed. I mean get detail, quantity, quality. Was the chicken from Popeyes or was it from Whole Foods?
Right.
Did you have a glass of milk with dinner, or did you drink a gallon of milk throughout the day? Right? Is there a 60-ounce bottle of water in your center console, or is it 60 ounces of Diet Pepsi? I mean, complete detail. There's no judgment here. What we want to do is be able to go in there, break it down, and not only tell you why not to eat those foods, right? But tell you what the long-term health reaction is to eliminating them from your diet. And we use the word diet more in the terminology of just food in general, not that you're going to restrict. And I explain it all the time to people. We're going to tell you, people think I eat like a bird, and it's not true at all. I eat more than most people. I eat somewhere around 2,900 to 4,000 calories a day, but of the right foods.
Right.
Your big three right off the back right now is going to be hydration, protein, and plant-based whole foods. So let's start with hydration, right? These are the things that you can change immediately. You want to try to drink somewhere around a third of your body weight in ounces of water. So we're somewhere around the 70 to 80 ounce range. How do you drink that water? Do you just chug the whole 80 ounces, or do you spread it out over the day? I say wake up in the morning with a glass of water, go to bed at night with a glass of water. Have a glass of water if you're traveling in the car. Have a glass of water an hour before you eat lunch and an hour before you eat dinner. And the purpose of drinking these fluids in liquid form separate from your food is that when you mix the two together, it stops the digestive process. So you could go on this salmon and broccoli kick for months, but you're chugging water and you're chugging it while you eat. And what that does is that fills up your stomach and doesn't allow the food to break down. It doesn't allow the natural acidity in your stomach to break that food down.
Got it.
That's what I like to call some ninja tips right there. That's a ninja tip that you'll remember. You can teach your wife, your friends, you can teach your kids. The other big one that you've probably heard is chew your food.
Right.
So really important, especially when we're eating any kind of animal protein or meat that doesn't digest well. We're hungry, we're slamming a hamburger, and the next thing you know, we've taken 6 bites of it and it's gone. Well, that food, again, is hard to digest in your stomach, so it sits in your gut. And what you want is to have a clean gut so that the food you eat goes in and it goes right out. The liquids that you drink go in, they hydrate you, and they go right out. And for hydration, yes, I do drink coffee, and we'll talk about Ironman coffee later. There's a video for that on how to make a recipe that helps give you some fuel in the morning time. But water is your go-to. You can do some iced teas, but anything else, it doesn't exist, right? If it's man-made, then it's not going to be good for you. So stick to the water. I say get a hydro flask, right? It's a metal water container. And you put ice in it, especially here in Arizona when it's hot. Put ice in it in the morning, fill it up all day long. Nothing tastes better. You won't want to drink water more than when it's ice cold.
Right.
Protein. Let's look at protein. When I start to see what foods you eat on a daily basis, I'll know, are you eating protein at every meal? Are you eating it periodically? Is it all animal protein? Or are you getting protein from other sources? And another big elimination over time is going to be the amount of animal protein that you eat. We're talking beef and chicken and fish and shrimp. We're talking about all those things, even in synthetic form, like a whey protein. That's 10 pounds right there. Now, it's good to implement them back into your body, especially after you start training in a couple months, but not at the rate of a animal protein per meal, per day, per week, per month, per year, per decade. You're now consuming hundreds and hundreds of pounds of animal protein and animal fat, which can clog the arteries, cause heart disease, and cause you to carry additional body weight.
So when I was eating bacon like crazy on the old challenge, that was probably not the right way, huh?
Yeah, I had a client once who, he went 100% paleo, and this is why we don't necessarily believe in that program 100%, right? We need to start our meals with green leafy vegetables and fruit, and people are going to say, well, I love this one. Are you sure I should be eating this much fruit? Somebody told me that there's too much sugar in fruit. I shouldn't be eating it. I'm going to gain weight. Have you ever met a person that said, I just can't stop eating oranges. I'm 100 pounds overweight, and it's these damn oranges, man. The broccoli. I can't put the broccoli down, right? Nobody's ever said that ever. So start looking at your meal. Start taking photos of it. And whether you decide to share it or not, share it with me so that I can say, okay, look at that plate. Looks good. You're on the right track. Where's the colors? We want colors in your food. And when you eat meat and potatoes, there's no colors at all. Okay. So let's take a look at that, what it looks like throughout the day, how it's served. Are you barbecuing chicken? Are you grilling it? Are you putting it on a stovetop, an oven? Are you frying it? And again, it's all about quality over quantity.
All right. So text you my meals, basically, or you put them on the Facebook group. What was that? The protocol?
If you go down there, you spend a little time. I like the Facebook group because now you have 22 other people. And as this thing starts to grow, you make 23 that are going to be able to help you and coach you. And more than anything, sometimes just nudge you just enough to decide not to eat the hamburger with the bun or the slice of pizza. And, I say it jokingly, but we're going to talk you off the ledge, right? And sometimes we need that from multiple sources, not just one.
Sure. Cool.
Okay. And then the next piece is going to be what we call the lifestyle piece, right? So, this is what you can send me, or you can share it as well. What does your week look like? And this is where I want to help you expand and break through as to who you are as a human being and as a family man and as a husband and as a father. What is the actual mark you want to leave on people? Because ultimately one day we're gone and we don't exist on this planet anymore. How are people going to remember you? How do you want to be remembered? And this is where we do say, holy shit, this is bigger than just, exercise and nutrition. That exercise and nutrition piece is the binding that holds it together so that we're able to go and do these amazing things with our family and leave a mark on this society and our community and the world the way that we want to be remembered. So I want to know, what does your week look like? Do you sleep 4 hours? Do you go to church on Sundays? Do you take the time to meditate, stretch, breathe? Do you have date night with your wife? Do you have one-on-one time with your kids? And these are all the things that I've learned from being a father and a husband and as a coach over the course of years that have allowed me to really live my ideal life. And it's not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. But it's a lot better than I ever have lived before, and every day gets better.
Cool. Yeah, it'll be the interesting part of this, the perspective from, I know most people don't open up their private lives like that. So they'll be interested to see some perspective and look at it from a different angle, different lens. So
I've already seen you with your shirt off. So, I mean, besides putting up a webcam in your bathroom, we're there.
Yeah, right.
So you're going to start receiving emails from me. Be sure to, uncheck them or white label them so that they don't come in as spam. They'll always come, Luke@fittesttribe.com. Get to know the community. We'll get to know a little bit more about you. because you're here in Arizona, we do some local events. Grand Canyon trip is an annual event that we do. Tough Mudder here in Arizona. So yeah, that's great. We're going to get you in shape. We're going to get you eating right. But if you don't have a target or an end goal in this whole thing, what are you going to get up for? What are you going to work harder for? So I've always had to have things on the calendar, and we've created this experience calendar where you can go and travel the world with us. We're doing Africa in December and Grand Canyon last month and Maui. You can bring your family. You can come by yourself. You can do whatever it is, but it might be something else outside of what we're doing, but it's got to be something for you. And, I talk about it all the time. I think I got my card right here, but this is the new mantra here, man. It starts with you. And this is really what we're trying to do, is empower you to do anything you want to in this world, and then be able to then teach those lessons to the people closest to you. So when you're writing me this kind of, day to day and week to week, do you have something in event? We got a 20-year reunion from high school in 2 years. And I have friends from school now that are like, Luke, you never looked like that, let alone 20 years ago, man. Hey, how do I got to get ready for this 20 year.
Right.
So now I'm starting to teach these guys how to get ready for it and prepare so that they can, eliminate the toxins that are in their life and in their body.
Cool. Yeah, no, that'll be interesting. The Tough Mudder doesn't look like it. That's a little too soon on that. That sounds a little intense, but
Yeah.
I'll come up with some cool trips. And that, like you said, I'm the same way. That's why I always fell out of programs, is just wake up, it's monotony. But if you have an end goal, I think that's going to be something cool. So
yeah, awesome.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Okay. So the biggest thing again is going to just be communication and, being proactive in this whole thing, right? You don't have to attend everything. You don't have to like everything, but there's going to be a time where you're going to go, holy cow, this was a breakthrough moment for me, right? I got 8 hours of sleep 5 nights in a row, or my youngest child slept through the night and I didn't get up pissed off or angry. And then I didn't have to go drink 6 cups of coffee.
Right.
Those are the breakthrough moments. That's the shit right there. That's the power in this program that's going to empower us all to keep going and keep doing those things. So I want to hear about them, communicate them with me. And if you have questions at all, please feel free to, send a message, text, email, whatever it might be.
Okay. Cool. Right. So the main communication protocol, if you want, I'm talking business world here, Facebook, right? And then pop you here and there with a couple of different updates and stuff. So once I get in that flow, it should be pretty easy.
And I'll be checking up on you.
Yeah.
If for some reason you don't get something, or you think maybe you might have missed something, just let me know. But the Fittest Tribe Alive email campaign has started now that you're in the program, and it's pretty robust. Yeah, it's pretty robust.
Cool.
All right, Ryan, I'm excited, man. Looking forward to seeing some changes. I got your before photos, which is great, front, side, and back. You're going to text me your baseline score and send me a video of that tonight. If you want to share it on Facebook, you can. And then you're going to share a day's worth of food from morning till night. And if it's different on a weekday than on a weekend, you're going to also let me know that as well.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'll do the baseline tonight, and I'll do my days are pretty standard. Where I fall off is the weekends and things like that when it's off regular schedule. So it'll be interesting to track it all. So cool. Yeah. All right. I feel go ahead.
I don't believe in cheat days. When we get there, you'll have a cheat opportunity. Right? It's not a whole day.
Right. A minute or whatever it is, a meal. Okay. Well, cool, man. Well, I'll get started. And thank you. This is great. This is it was different than all the other things I was looking at. So excited for the whole, more than just a workout program deal out of it. So let's see.
Awesome.
Do some good stuff.
Welcome to the tribe, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right,
good to be here.
Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.
You as well. See ya.
Bye-bye.